For those who haven't seen the tier list that everyone's going over, this is the... So what, this is a tier list of teams? Is this like almost not the order of like what teams placed for the most part? I mean, the way I view it, bro, is like weird because like this has always been my opinion. I know we just won, so like I get why we're number one. But like, I feel like in Call of Duty and stuff, like there's just such a recency bias in everything. And that's what I was kind of getting to the other day when we were talking on the Scrap Time podcast. It's like there's such a recency bias in Call of Duty where like you have one bad event and you're the worst team in the world. You have to blow it up. You're the fucking like all this other stuff. Like again, I feel like Minnesota didn't have the best major one. I don't remember their placing now. And everyone was like, oh, they suck. Their offseason was ass, blah, blah, blah. And then now they get top 3. They almost beat us. And they were one round away from the final. And now everyone loves them again. Like, I don't really rate teams on like how they place like once or twice. And to say NYSL was dominant stage 1 is also not true. They came from losers and won the event is absolutely foolish. And to say we were dominant in the event that we just won, in my opinion, would be crazy. I don't think people understand what the word dominant means. When you do these tier lists and stuff, it's like such a weird thing because like how do you rate a correct tier list? Do you do it and just say fuck it for clicks and views, which is what a lot of people obviously do, or like do you like put like more thought into it? Because, you know, like I think Ultra's an A tier team. I don't think Ultra's a B tier team. Like yes, they had a bad Saturday. Does that make them a bad team? No. I still think Ultra's still a really good team. You know what I mean? And like yeah, they got 6th, but right before they got 6th out of the event, Ultra would have been an S tier team, right? It's like the recency bias, and like I think what's like I guess underrated in competitive Call of Duty, at least in my mind, just because you have a bad Saturday does not mean you're a bad team. Now, there's a line to walk on that statement where if you continuously go to events and you continuously do bad, clearly you do not have that it factor where you're not performing on the stage and when it matters, right? So you eventually have to perform under the fucking bright lights on the stage and shit, duh. But to say Ultra is a B tier team, in my opinion, is silly. You know how many times teams show up, and I'm sure plenty of teams can vouch for this. Teams show up on a Tuesday, they do some scrims, and they get fucking bodied both scrims that they play, and it was just a bad day of scrims. The whole point is obviously to continuously get so consistent that your bad days, like you hire your floor, right? You want to hire your floor so your bad days are not 3-0, 3-0 and out. To say, you know, to say like they suck, you know what I mean? I don't know, like, so it depends on if you're going off like their recent events and just like judging only on like the LAN, like, yeah, Ultra had a bad Saturday, but I don't know. I think they're still better than the B tier team. And it also depends, I guess, like, I don't know. I'm such a nerd, bro. I can talk about this shit forever. Like, what's your definition of S tier and A tier? Like, listen, I'm very proud of my team. I'm very happy that we won. But I'll say this, and I'll always say this. When you win in almost any competition, I would probably say, but when you win in Call of Duty, which is like the expertise of, you know, my career, it wasn't easy. We didn't win that event easily. We were one round away from being in losers bracket versus Minnesota Rocker, and then we played some tough games with LA Thieves and we won. Like, we are, in my opinion, we can be an S tier team. Like, I think we're, you know, confidence in my team. I think we're the fucking best. Yes. But I also know that we have to work really fucking hard to get here. You know what I mean? And I also know that that win was not just some dominant fucking win that like we can just all, you know, be like all smiles and happy about and just like act like nothing. You know, we have a lot to improve on. We have a lot to improve on, and we know that. And that's why we're scrimming today, and that's why we're going to continuously keep the work ethic that we use to get to Major 1 and Major 2 results and keep trying to get better and better. This shit's in the past now, bro. It's not in the present. And Major 3 is in the future. That's not in the present. The only thing that you can now focus on is how to be a better team today. I don't know. I think we're A. I don't think anyone's S tier. I think that S tier shit's bullshit. I think that was for clicks. It's a FaZe podcast. I mean, I'm the head coach of FaZe, and I'm taking us off of S tier. I don't know if you're talking about me or you're talking about the flank, but I would take us off S tier, and I would put us on A tier. I don't think any team is S tier, period. I think that is foolish to say. My definition of S tier is stupid. I know there's some people in here saying the consistency and the placings and all that stuff. Cool. S tier talented teams, like, yes, you do have higher, like your floor is higher. I know what they're saying, but the way I view S tier is like you dominate. And I don't think we dominated to win. I think we won a nice 4-2. We played really well towards the end of that series. But a lot of our matches were hard fights. And we won and we clutched up and we, you know, fought hard. I'm proud of the boys. But, like, we have a lot to work on. I think S-tier talented teams mean they're just a caliber above and they're untouchable. That's how I view S-tier. And, again, I think you need to show a little bit more than that. And right now, like, I think our hard point is really good, but we're still not getting it to fully translate into matches. So I know we have the capability, and I'm confident that we will be there, you know, and we're going to work fucking hard. But, like, S tier is that. Again, I'm not going to sit here and talk shit like that wasn't a hard fought win, because it was. So again, I think right now we're A tier with LA Thieves. I think these, since there's no B pluses, I think this makes sense. They're all really, really good teams, can very easily be A tier, but also at the same time, like, you know, using some of the recent placings, you kind of got to go back and forth. I think Minnesota showed us that they're disgusting. They can very easily be an A tier team if they keep it up. Optic, again, very easily can be on the A tier team. They had a few mistakes that they could have beat the Thieves. So like they're again, like, you know, B plus range. But again, if we're just doing this, going off recent events, I think they have a very easily can be up here too. Ultra, I think Ultra just had a bad Saturday. I really do. I think they're better than what they showed. I almost want to put them on the A tier as well. I guess this works too. And then New York is B for now. They played well at Major 1. And for you guys saying that New York dominated Major 1, again, the word dominant and S tier to me is not how New York won, and it's not how we won. So I don't think New York dominated Major 1. Did they win, and was it respectable? Fuck yeah. Good for them. I was happy for them. I love Priesta. But to say a team dominated is like, that's not what dominating is, in my opinion. So I think they won Major 1. They looked like a really good team. Their respawns are good, but right now their searches are a little bit They're still a good team. Again, has the potential, but yeah, I would keep them there. I guess it's like, to me, this means like they haven't reached their full potential yet, or we haven't seen it consistently. So this is like, that makes sense. These teams make sense. I'm giving Seattle the benefit of the doubt if they can just fix the game mode. Even Boston, bro. If Boston hits that potential, they're a B tier team at least. I think Boston's fucking nasty, chat. I really do. I really do. I think Boston's fucking nasty. I really, really do. And the Gorillas are a step away from being good, but right now, again, they need to show a little bit more consistency. Vegas is better than Florida. I'm making my own tier. Vegas is like, I would say Vegas right now is better than Florida, but still haven't showed us like really, really, really good results yet. They've like, you know, I think they beat Optic or whatever. Like, they have like really good moments of and then have some like slow moments. So like, I think Vegas is better than D tier, but like they're a weird team, but they're better than Florida. I think I would put them in C, to be honest with you. Then Florida's their own tier at D until they make this roster change. And then F tier would be London for now. And I say this with the most respect that, like, again, any of these teams can make a change or two, or, you know, find some confidence and start playing way better. None of these teams are by any means trash. They're just not performing. So I say that with respect.